Water. Mid-70s to mid-80s inland tomorrow, much like today, but just a little bit warmer. 60s and 70s near the coast and bay. Upper 80s to low 90s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Fremont Bank. If there's one thing we understand more than anybody, it's that it takes a local bank to really get the needs of local businesses. Fremont Bank has the flexibility and motivation to service your business loan needs like other banks can't or won't. With our full suite of business loan products and recognition as a top SBA lender in the Bay Area, Fremont Bank is the right choice for local and family-owned businesses. Fremont Bank. Learn more at fremontbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now through August 31st, listen to all the magic of an Air France rendezvous. Whoa. It's time to book your rendezvous with Paris, with daily flights from San Francisco starting at $979 round trip, taxes included. And with our Flying Blue rewards, earn miles towards your dream trip each time you fly. Elegant. Air France. Round trip purchase required. Advertised fare not available on all flights. Additional restrictions apply. See terms and conditions at airfrance.com.
KCBS News Time 10:10. It's been 2 years this month since the CCU wildfire raged through the Santa Cruz Mountains, devastating communities. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports to show just how connected they are.
A street party and a sidewalk sale is just the kind of event to bring mountain community members together.
Our valley is so much of like a family, and when the fires happened, it was so devastating for everyone.
Aidan O'Connell is out here selling prints for tattoos.
Kind of like if you were to lose a family member, you know?
This area has seen a lot over the last 2 years between the pandemic and people losing their homes to the CCU fire.
Well, I think people are excited to
Out and,
Yeah.
you know,
be together and support local small businesses.
We started it 3 years ago, probably 8 months before COVID hit, and 2 weeks before we went into shelter in place. We came up with all these events to help everyone, and then shelter in place, and then we couldn't have anything.
Christy owns Ethel and Sue downtown Felton.
Feels so good to be back. Like,
Yeah.
Felton is my hometown, and I love it here so much.
In Felton, Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 10:12, sports in 3 minutes.
what's the problem with getting
During their buy two, get one free sale? Look, we're going to go to one of S&G's big showrooms, check out samples of carpet, waterproof core, hardwood, and laminate.
Wow.
They'll come over and measure with a laser and guarantee their installation for life. Think of it like you're getting 1/3 off. You buy 2 square feet of select flooring, and S&G gives you one for free.
Spend now.
What?
Well, I think
No,
1/3.
no, you're looking at this
S&G's
wrong.
buy two, get one free sale. They pay 1/3, so now.
You don't feel guilty spending what we saved?
Yeah, no.
There's no guilt in saving. During S&G's buy two, get one free sale. Plus, they'll beat any written estimate by 10%, and the price they quote is always the price you pay. Or to have their mobile showroom come to you.
Live entertainment is back at Cash Creek Casino Resort in September. The Beach Boys performing live and in concert at our beautiful state-of-the-art event space. Now is your time to see and hear your favorite performers. Get tickets and see our full lineup at cashcreek.com. Cash in at Cash Creek Casino Resort.
How's your mental health? I'm listening with Jewel.
One day I was trying to steal a dress, and I was like, I'm a statistic. I'm homeless, I'm stealing. And I realized if I don't change something, I'm going to end up in jail or dead. And I remember this quote that was attributed to Buddha that said, happiness doesn't depend on who you are or what you have. I turned my life around one thought at a time.
More at I'mListening.org. Talk saves lives. Hours of the night. Everyone else is fast asleep. You're the one on third shift, burning. When a part fails, and everything comes to a grinding halt. Regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Granger is with you, and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support.
workers are increasingly attempting to unionize. More on that in 5 minutes. 10:15, Giants looks bounce back against the Rockies. First pitch set for 12:10 this afternoon. A's close out after 1 p.m. and 49ers beat the Vikings in week 2 of the preseason. Most starters did not play. Here's Joe Hughes with more.
As the MLB season heads towards the home stretch, the Oakland A's have committed to giving some of their younger players an extended opportunity over the final month and a half of the season. That includes rookie shortstop Nick Allen, who is well the best defensive players coming out of the minors anywhere in baseball. Nick Allen telling A's cast that for the young players early on this spring, and that if they worked hard, they would get an opportunity at some point.
When you get your opportunity, we're gonna go with it, and you better be able to help us win some games. I'm thankful for Costas. He's just so transparent. He talks to everyone, makes you feel part of it. Couldn't be more thankful to have him as a manager here, but he means business too. So we're here to win.
The A's entered this weekend with 14 rookies on their 26-man. Already had 26 rookies make their debut this season, setting an Oakland franchise record. That includes catcher Shea Langoliers, the team's top prospect, all the from AAA Las Vegas earlier this week. He was one of the marquee prospects the A's got back in the Matt Olson trade with Atlanta this last offseason. From the sports desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
Did you know that on average, teachers out of their own pockets for classroom supplies? Whether learning from home or in the classroom, many students in the Bay Area lack the resources. This August, through the Subaru Love Learning Initiative, Stevens Creek Subaru is partnering with AdoptAClassroom.org. Our goal is to provide students and schools in need the tools to help them learn and grow in the classroom. Stevens Creek Subaru and Subaru of America have a proud history of supporting education. To donate over 277 science books to schools in the past 4 years alone. This year, Stevens Creek Subaru wants to do even more, and we're asking for your help as well. Stop by in person or online at StevensCreek.com and find out how you can adopt a classroom. Located on Stevens Creek Boulevard, just off of Winchester near Santana Road, or StevensCreekSubaru.com. Buckle up and drive safe. Do you failure than often hear
those stomach issues ruined your birthday? You're too tired to make it. Please have carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KCBS News Time 10:18. We'll get to Darren's 6-day forecast, but first let's see what's happening with Bart.
Yeah, you are going to be slowed down a bit. This update is brought to you by Envision Honda. Bart right now reporting that they've got scheduled track maintenance in San Francisco. One track in between 16th Street, Mission, and Montgomery stations. You can expect up to 10-minute delays in service toward the East Bay from Daly City as well as from Montgomery in the SFO direction. Looking at the roadways, we see a very, very good picture everywhere. The only bit of slowing we are seeing right now is in San Francisco. 280 to 80 just a little bit of tapping the brakes there along that stretch. Also 101 north of the Central Freeway. That flow towards Market. That's pretty typical. Just the normal filling we see on a Sunday morning. Highway 1. Fill in between Half Moon Bay and Pacifica, but nothing to write home about, and looking good in the Bay. Celebrating Vision Honda's Labor Day sale with new vehicles arriving daily and a solid selection of used cars starting at under $15K. Say yes to the Labor Day sale on now at Envision Honda of Milwaukee. Envision. Your next update, 10:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, we're going to get a big cool down today if you're inland, as much as 10 degrees cooler than yesterday. Those hundreds that we did in the Tri-Valley and inland Contra Costa County up around Concord yesterday, we're bringing those numbers down to the upper 80s today. North Bay Valleys, we're only going to the mid to upper 80s for Santa Rosa. San Jose will be low 80s. Much of the Bay shoreline will be mid to upper 70s, and the city's not getting out of the 60s. It's going to be a great Sunday, much nicer than Saturday. We wanted it cooler. We're going to warm back up again on Monday. Not as hot as yesterday, but close. And then we'll back down again for much of next week. Most of next week, the temperature should be average, which is upper 80s inland, 70s along the bay shoreline. I'm meteorologist with your KCBS KPI X5 First Alert Forecast.
Thank you, Darren. KCBS News Time. America's second largest employer fought hard against unionization efforts at its Staten Island, New York warehouse, but team members there voted to unionize, an example of younger employees' interest in improved working conditions and the increasing fortunes of labor collectives despite corporations' union-busting tactics. CBS correspondent David Poe reports.
The number of Americans who belong. But suddenly, in the last year or so, the winds have changed. Unionization efforts are underway at tech companies like Apple and Google, media organizations like the New York Times and Condé Nast, and among grad students, delivery drivers, baristas. Since December, when a Starbucks in Buffalo was the first to vote unionize, workers at more than 200 Starbucks stores have followed suit. Yes, they vote one store at a time.
We've had a lot of intimidation and a lot of effort to stop us, but we're here.
And then, last April, there was news that stunned the business world about America's second largest employer.
It's Amazon versus the people, and the people have spoken.
JFK, a warehouse on Staten Island that employs 8,300 people, voted to unionize.
We want to thank that Bezos for going to space. The wings up there, we were starting to the web.
And weren't there people saying, dude, efforts never succeed?
Of course, I think everybody voted off. You know, everybody didn't believe that we would even get to an election, let alone win.
Former Amazon worker Chris Smalls led the union drive, but that wasn't his original plan.
I had no intentions on unionizing, just trying to do the right thing and fight from COVID-19.
In March 2020, he'd organized a walkout to protest the lack of face masks and other COVID gear at JFK 8. Amazon fired him, and in a leaked memo, an executive called him, what's that quote?
Not tomorrow, you know.
Smalls' strategy to unionize JFK 8 involved a social media campaign and small grassroots gestures, all paid for by donations.
We would feed them, you know, pizza, catered food, soul food, different cultural food. That's what the union represents, is, you know, taking care of one another.
Amazon fought back hard, using the standard union-busting playbook. It spent over $4 million on consultants and required every employee to attend.
Oh, this organization, they're not going to do anything for you. They're just going to take your money. And by the way, they might make you go on strike. You might not receive any income for that period.
Ruth Milkman is a labor expert and professor at the City University.
It can be very intimidating and very effective.
But not this time.
So I think what you're saying is you succeeded because you were smart and articulate.
Pretty much.
Amazon declined an interview, but told us in a statement, we don't think unions are the best answer for our employees. Our focus remains on working directly with our team to continue making Amazon a great place to work. In May, the Amazon union lost a vote at a smaller warehouse on Staten Island. To date, the JFK 8 warehouse remains the only Amazon location in the country to vote for unionization. Amazon is also challenging the validity of the JFK 8 vote and points out that it already offers better than average pay and benefits, $15 an hour starting wage, and health insurance. But Ruth Milton says that it's about more than dollars.
Workers want respect. They want to be treated with dignity. And I think you can see that really clearly. They're treated like machines.
In what ways are these workforces and these unions different from the old union factory efforts?